Hi, my name is Alva Ward. I am a Hopi Shaman from Arizona, and I am also known as Earth Mother Wisdom. And tonight I'm going to be talking about life purpose readings. It's something that I've been doing quite a bit of. And I've been providing services online, whether it's dream interpretation, spiritual coaching. I've been doing a lot of spiritual coaching lately. But in my spiritual coaching, for some people who have been needing a little bit of insights because people have lost their jobs, going through divorce, going through some sort of transition, going through grief, going through many different trials and tribulations that's causing people to really go within themselves on a really deep level and looking at their authentic selves of who they are, where do they go from here. You know, their emotions are all over the place and they're trying to find some sort of stability, understanding of who they are and what they're all about. So through my spiritual coaching that I've been doing with people, one of the things that I've been doing for everyone, just something that I felt guided to do, was life purpose readings. And it was typically because, again, people were going through a transition with jobs. Maybe they were at a job that ended, or maybe it was a job that just wasn't providing enough income for a specific lifestyle they were wanting to live, or maybe they have this entrepreneur job that they're at, and because of COVID it caused problems because they weren't quite ready, willing to change or evolve into the technology, and I'm one of them. I've found it very difficult to transition into technology. I've been fighting it for such a long time. But once I started embracing it, and once I started, moving forward and putting my thoughts into words and the things that I've been wanting to teach, going more on social media and connecting with the people on a different level has brought a new understanding to my own work and my own self and my own authentic self of who I am and what I want to be known for. And this has been something that I've been struggling with, for the last, 3 years, because there's a lot of growth you have in challenges that you go through, and then you consistently evolve. You learn from experience, and then you grow from it. But again, it's so easy for me to speak to people on evolving themselves, empowering them, seeing outside the box, providing a different type of interpretation to their own careers and their own work through insights, guided channeling, spirit, cards, divination work. I have gone to a totally different level with my work, from a spiritual perspective to very logical. And how I do this balancing work is I utilize all my spiritual tools in quote unquote the woo-woo way, and utilize it and transform it into something that is very diverse for everybody to understand. The information I give is what I've been channeling. So a life purpose reading with me is a 1-hour session, and people are coming to me again because of some sort of transition, emotional upheaval to a relationship, a career, where they're living, the next stages in their business, all sorts of different things. And they're wanting stability, understanding, because people tend to be at this impasse and not know where to go. And the only other way people tend to move is move backwards. And as they're moving backwards, they're looking up to the past, think about the last time they felt grounded, or the last time they felt happy, or the last time they were successful. But you're living in the past instead of moving forward. And so through my work and through the life purpose reading, you gain an insight to sometimes a lot of validation of what you already know, but not even realizing some of the things that are within you that you never thought were talents or gifts. So we're going to the first in my reading exercises that I do for a life purpose reading, again, is a 1-hour session. But all the information I do is, one, I get your intention of what you feel you need at this particular time. And two, what you plan to get out of a life purpose reading. What are you expecting? What information are you looking for? What type of guidance are you seeking? When you give me all of that information, I can interpret and read not just the words that you've written, but there's something about your vibration in the manner of how you word it. And so you could send me an email, you could private message me, and I take your words and I literally print them out. I sit with them in meditation and I channel certain information through. So the channeling comes through what you've written, and you're toning your vibration in the manner of how you use certain words, or your energy of your emotions that's coming off of the paper comes through me to interpret. And so channeling this information that comes through says, take a look at this, show this, or tell them this. And that's kind of the information that comes through. So I'm jotting down information. My highlighters, my pens are all going to town on this piece of paper that I have. And then I go into a reading aspects. I have these cards that I work with. And my cards are geared toward a first section. I want to know what your talents are, what your gifts are. And I give you 3 types of talents and 3 types of gifts. So in this interpretation, these are things that you may not realize about yourself, or maybe not even thought of that it could be a talent or a gift. I've had people who are seekers, who have gotten a reading from me, who are seekers, but also great administrators, and they're also truth seekers. So when you get these types of talents together, you kind of blend them together. And as I'm blending them together in your reading, is they're channeling information through. And as I'm channeling information through, I am writing down this information on this piece of paper. And now I've come up with 3 types of talents or gifts for you. I've gotten guided information, specifically what I need to share with you when it comes to these gifts and talents. Also, I'm learning about your blockages. These may be your talents, and maybe one of these talents are not showing through quite yet. Or maybe a talent you never thought to cohesively use them together for a purpose. You may only be using one talent. Well, I learn how your talents are. Either you reckon you're utilizing all your talents, or you don't even recognize some of them. So Spirit's channeling information through me as I'm doing this reading, and they're showing me which ones are blocked, what would block them, if they're not blocked now, but what would block them, and how do you prevent any of these talents from being blocked, and how do you feed them? When we have talents, we need to feed them. For example, if you're an artist, you have to be consistently creative. You have to be inspired. And if you get into this, vicious cycle of repetitiveness, your creativity starts to dim. And so you need adventure, exploration, different outlets. And so if these talents are not being fed in some way, then they start to get dormant, or what you would quote, feel like it's a blockage. And so I get information for that. And also for each of these talents, I understand by the channeling information and what I'm reading and interpreting is what would happen if you had all of these talents and you were utilizing them all together. How would it feel? How does it make you empowered by utilizing these gifts? And so through this reading, you not only learn about your talents, you learn about what will block them, you learn about how to keep them clear, and you learn what will happen if you utilize all of them. And that's just one part of the readings. The next part of the reading that I do is about career characteristics that I have. So characteristics of careers means I will give you 3 types of careers that you would be good at. So you can take these 3 talents that you have, talents or gifts that you have, and you could incorporate them in each one of these careers. Or you can take those characteristics of these careers and blend them into one career. So I deal with a lot of entrepreneurs who are very innovative, expanding of the mind, and they are wanting to create something different, especially in any type of spiritual work, healing work, different types of coaching, different types of metaphysical jobs, or something really logical and outside the box that you could utilize from a spiritual level, but not in the sense of the woo-woo aspect, not necessarily doing tarot card readings or Reiki or anything on somebody like that, but utilizing those talents and incorporating them into a nursing field or business or consulting or being a counselor. Different types of careers, you could utilize these special gifts that you may have to enhance your life. And these types of sections of careers that you have can be blended into one career, or you can go into any one of these fields. And these are the things that will feed your soul. These are the things that empower you. These are the field of careers that are going to enhance your life. For some people, it's going to bring them a lot of income. For some people, it's going to bring a lot of abundance through the sense of feeling, gratification of helping others. These are the type of characteristics as we go through them to help you understand. These are the things of how you would blend it together. The next reading that I do with this, and all these readings are all under this one life purpose reading. The next one that I do is the who am I question, because a lot of people want to know who they are, or what is my life purpose, or what is a soul aspect of who I am. And this particular reading is about who your soul came into this world. What is your mission in life? No matter what job, no matter what career you get, this particular information is consistent throughout your lifetime. It never changes. It's about your personality of who you are, the gift to the world. This is something that never ever changes in who you are. And a lot of times when I do that particular reading for somebody, they're like, yes, that is exactly who I am. And sometimes they say, I'm not fully embracing it because I have this fear of judgment. I have this fear of being accepted. This is something that can be suppressed. You feel it, but you don't own it. It's something that I have, from my personal is, being service to the world, being of service to many people through my own personal experiences. And, I've suppressed it for, a long time because I was afraid who wants to hear what I have to say? Who wants to learn from somebody like me? I don't have that much to offer. It's that way of thinking that tends to block people like me in what I do. But once I learn this is forever who I am from the time I was very little, and when you look back on it, you're like, yes, this is what I wanted to do. Yes, in those moments that I did do it, I was so happy. I was so at peace. I felt so balanced. But then some point in your life, somebody said something to you or caused you to suppress something or feel insecure. So these are the things that for people, once they know their soul purpose, some of the things that they've been gravitating to tends to help them understand. They understand why they had so many jobs, so many different lines of work, why somebody went corporate and all of a sudden have gone very spiritual. Each one of these jobs that you ever had has a purpose and has a meaning to catapult you into where you're supposed to be. You learn about the many different careers you'd be good in and the qualities that you possess in any job and any career that you may choose to go into. So this part of who you are is something that's so significantly important. And if you don't know that, then we tend to deal with stress quite often. And anytime we have personal stress, it means we're going against our beliefs. We're doing things that we don't want to do, or we're insecure about saying no, or we're not confident enough to step up to the plate and do what's right for ourselves in this moment. Maybe we want to speak out on a cause, but we're afraid because we don't want to be alone. We don't want to be the only person. We don't want to be judged for what we want to say and what we want, the person we want to be, because nobody else is doing it. But there's something in you that says, I got to do this. I need to do this. I know I feel it, but I don't know what it is. So when through this reading, this is kind of how it help you understand. And then the next part of this reading, I do a basic reading, and it's simply, I call it like a Polaroid of your life at this particular moment. In this reading, I learn about your personality as an individual. So I learned, are you going to be stubborn with me? Or are you kind of fearful of change? Do you feel like you're just simply lacking direction? Are you not confident? Were you wounded in a relationship that causes you not to feel confident enough in your own personal beliefs? I do this basic reading and I learn about your personality. And then I go into what's your current situation at this particular moment that's causing any disruption in your life right now. And then I move into how do you feel about it? And when I learn about how you feel about it, then I go into what is in the past that's causing you not being able to move forward, maybe immobility or worry or fear. And then I go into what is Spirit teaching you? Why is this all happening now? And I get information from Spirit that says this person needs to learn to speak their truth. This person needs to learn about self-love. This person needs to learn about the patterns in relationships they're having. They need to be able to learn and grow from these things. So Spirit's giving me information through this reading also about what you're supposed to learn. And then the last part of it is, what are they supposed to take action upon? What are they supposed to do now? And so then I give you information of where your focus of energy needs to be, whether it's reevaluating the relationships and friendships you have right now that's causing you a lot of stress, or maybe it's the career that you're at right now. Maybe it's not providing enough financial income for you because it's not fulfilling the lifestyle that you want. Or maybe it's not rewarding enough because you're not doing and fulfilling your life purpose, because the jobs or the careers that you have must fulfill that soul purpose. And if it's not fulfilling that soul purpose, then it's not the job for you, because it's going to cause unsettledness in your soul. And at some point, either the universe is going to come in and kick you out, or the universe is going to create some turmoil so that you won't stay. And this is what you need to understand for yourself in times of challengeness. And so when people come for this life purpose reading, and those people who are going through my program with me, these are one of the readings that I have given to them. And it's just through, something I was guided to do. And it wasn't a service that I was offering before. And it has been working so well with my clients in my program that I decided I'm going to do this particular reading separate. What people don't understand, though, is you just can't make an appointment and say, okay, I want this reading. Can you do it tomorrow? No, I need at least, at the very minimum, need 24 hours, because all this reading, the information you get about your talents and your gifts, your career characteristics, your soul purpose and soul aspect of yourself, and what are the blockages, how do you need to fulfill the needs of all these talents and all the career characteristics, and what is it that's going to be fulfilling to you? And then the basic reading. So I'm really channeling all this information, doing interpretation, reading, utilizing all my gifts at the same time. And some of these readings will take an hour and a half to 2 hours just to simply do your reading. And then I will sit with you for an hour and go over this information with you and give you as much information as I can. So that's why I have to have that. And it helps me just tune in on such a deeper level. But yes, I do it over the phone. But yes, I'm also willing to do it Zoom. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you for all your support. And I look forward to talking to you and communicating with you in the future. Have a good evening. Bye.